Greetings to all. Welcome to Future of this Academy. Today we are going to see the daily current affairs of 28 May. Today our important topics are El Nino and La Nina, which comes under GS 1 paper. Next is freebies, which comes under GS 2 paper. So now we are going to have a detailed analysis of these two topics. First, our topic is El Nino and La Nina. First of all, El Nino and La Nina are the climate patterns in which the Pacific Ocean affecting the weather worldwide. These phenomena are extremely important for understanding the global climate. The El Nino or La Nina southern oscillation, that is ENSO, has a major influence on climate patterns in various parts of the world. In addition to changes in the atmosphere, this natural occurring phenomena is caused by shifting ocean temperature in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific. These phenomena are more accurately 1 to 9 months in advance thanks to scientific advancements in understanding and modeling, which have been allowed civilization to plan for associated risks including severe rain, floods and drought. During normal conditions in the Pacific Ocean, trade winds blow west along the equator, taking warm water from the Southern America towards Asia. To replace the warm water, cold water rises from the depths, a process called upwelling. El Nino and La Nina are two opposing climate patterns that break these normal conditions. Scientists call these phenomena the El Nino is the southern oscillation cycle. So here El Nino means the little boy or the Christ child in Spanish. So, Southern American fishermen first noticed the period of unusual warm water in the Pacific Ocean in 1600s. The full name they used was El Nino de Navidad because El Nino typically peaks around December. So, how this affect our weather conditions significantly? The warmer water causes the Pacific jet stream to move southern of its neutral position. With this shift, areas in the northern US and Canada are drier and warmer than usual. But in the US Gulf Coast and Southeast, these periods are wetter than usual and have increased flooding. El Nino has a significant impact on marine species of the Pacific coast as well. Under the typical circumstance, upwelling delivers cold, nutrient-rich water from the depths to top. Upwelling weakness or ceases entirely during the El Nino. There is a reduction in phytoplankton of the coast where the nutrients from the deep sea are absent. The impacts fish that consume phytoplankton, which impacts everything that consumes fish. Tropical animals like yellowtail and albacore tuna may enter regions that are usually too cold as a result of the warmer waters. Then the La Nina. It means little girl. So La Nina has opposite effect of El Nino. It is a cold event. During a La Nina event, the trade winds are even stronger than usual, pushing more water towards Asia. The west coast of the Americas upwelling increases, bringing cold nutrient-rich water to the surface. These cold waters in the Pacific push the jet stream northward. This tends to lead to drought in the southern US and heavy rains and flooding in the Pacific Northwest in Canada. During the La Nina year, winter temperatures are warmer than normal in the southern and cooler than normal in north. La Nina has also led to more severe hurricane season. During La Nina, waters of the Pacific coast are colder and contain more nutrients than the usual. The environment supports more marine life and attracts more cold water species like squid and salmon to places like the Californian coast. The neutral state is when neither El Nino nor La Nina is present. During the time, the sea surface temperatures in the tropical Pacific are close to average. So, now what are the impacts of El Nino and La Nina in the different parts of the world? El Nino is impact the ocean temperatures, speed and power of the ocean currents are impacted. The coastal fisheries and local weather of Australia to Southern America are affected. Rainfall increases drastically in South America, contributing a coastal flooding and erosion, but causes droughts in Indonesia and Australia. El Nino related flooding is associated with increase in cholera, dengue, and malaria in some parts of the world, while drought can lead to wildfires that create respiratory problems. It decreases the occurrence of hurricanes in the Atlantic, upwelling on the coast of Ecuador, Peru, and Chile. Weaker monsoons and sometimes drought in India and Southeast Asia. In La Nina, it impacts the middle winters in northern Europe and cold winters in the southern and western Europe under the Mediterranean Sea. So in North America, it causes a stronger winds along the equatorial region, hurricanes in the Caribbean and Central Atlantic, and more tornadoes in the US. Drought in South America, especially in Peru and Ecuador. Increased rainfall in the Western Pacific eventually affected continental Asia and China. Heavy floods in Australia is seen. So increased temperature in the Western Pacific, Indian Ocean and Somalia coast. Colder winds in India as it pipes strong cold air from Siberia and forms a north-south low pressure system. Lesser impact of western disturbance. With this, we have to know about Indian Ocean dipole and ENSO. So it was observed as positive IOD index, often neglected the effect of ENSO, resulting in increased monsoon rains in several ENSO years like 1983, 94 and 97. It is a varying ocean atmosphere system in Indian Ocean like ENSO in the Pacific Ocean. So the Indian Ocean dipole is defined by the differences in sea surface temperature between two areas, that is or poles, hence in a dipole, a western pole in the Arabian Sea and an eastern pole in the eastern Indian Ocean south of Indonesia. It develops the equatorial region of Indian Ocean from April to May, peaking in October. So with favorable IOD winds over the Indian Ocean blow from east to west from Bay of Bengal towards the Arabian Sea. This results in the Arabian Sea being much warmer and the eastern Indian Ocean around Indonesia becoming colder and dry. In the negative dipole year, the reverse happens to make Indonesia much warmer with increased rainfall. So that's all from the El Nino and La Nina topic. Our next topic is about freebies. At first, we have to know about what is freebies. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) in a bulletin in June 2022 defined freebies as the public welfare measure that is provided free of charge. It includes provisions like free electricity, water, public transportation, the waiver of outstanding utility bills, and farm loan waivers. Now, what is the welfare measures? It is the public policy intervention deriving sanctity from directive principles of constitution having a long-term impact on production and productivity. Welfare schemes like midday meals, PDS, MG Narega, health insurance schemes have played a crucial role in improvement of lives of both the rural and urban poor in the country. So we have to know the difference between the freebies and welfare measures. The welfare measures is they are essential for maintaining the basic dignity of life, such as healthcare, education, social protection. These are crucial for accelerating human development and in turn contribute to the country's growth. For example, we can take public distribution system, which is state support for education and also health. Now, what is freebies? The mass of distribution of non-merit goods can drain government's revenue. They undermine the credit culture, distort pricing through cross-subsidization, and reduce incentives for work at prevailing wage rates. For example, distribution of laptop, two-wheelers, and such as things, etc. Now, what are the concerns seen here? The first concern is heavy tax burden on states. It is one of the most major concern. Next is state finance. State finance is a risk of analysis by under the report released by RBI in June 2022. Next, third impact concern is against constitutional principles. Next concern is shrinkage of fiscal space. Next, debt GSDP, that is debt to gross state domestic product ratio, will be reduced. Next, violation of the principle of a level playing field. In this, freebies gives the political parties undue advantage by making promises to provide private goods for only a section of voters. For instance, promising cycles for girl students or laptop for colleges or grinders for housewife. Next concern is opportunity cost. Next, social impact. So these are the also environmental concern. So these are some of the concerns of freebies. Now with this, we have to know about the role of ECI. Under Article 324, the Constitution empowers the Election Commission of India oversee free and fair elections. It possesses the authority to suspend or withdraw the recognition of a recognized political party in cases of non-compliance with the Model Code of Conduct. EC does not have the power to deregister a political party except on three grounds, which were outlined by the top court in case of Indian National Congress versus Institute of Social Welfare and others. The grounds are registration obtained on fraud and forgery, party ceased to have faith and allegiance to the Constitution, and any other alike the ground. Now, what are the challenges seen in this freebies? The challenges are lack of regulatory powers of Election Commission of India. Next is no assessment of financial viability of populistic policies. Next, lack of information to the voters. So these are some of the challenges seen in freebies. Now, what are the Supreme Court response to these freebies? The Supreme Court bench in recent judgment proposed the constitution of an apex body to address the issue of freebies and poll promises. It will compromise several stakeholders like Niti Aayog, Law Commission, Finance Commission, Reserve Bank of India, and members of ruling party and opposition parties. The reference is a shift from the court's own standard by the Subramanya Balaji versus Tamil Nadu judgment of 2013. In this case, it says that the court had held that making promises in election manifestos does not amount to corrupt practice under Section 123 of the Representation of People Act. So that's all from our today's topic. To read this document, you can visit our website. The website link is given in our description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.